power that they have. Let me word that better. We all have power within us. We all have resiliency within us, and these women definitely exemplify that. Sometimes we just need that platform to showcase that. And so that's what we want to do at Bella, is to really highlight these women and their journey, their personal journey as much as their business journey. And so we're going to learn a lot here from each other. We are recording this, so we're going to be putting it on YouTube as well, and you can always come back and take a listen. But we're going to get started here, and we have these amazing women. We have here along my left, Lisa Rocha with Ilaments. Wave. Woohoo! We have Erika Marquez with La Diosa Boutique. Y'all are wondering where I got the hat from. And we have Veronica Fuentes from Forever Paz Custom Printing. She did our shirts, by the way. Thank you. And we have Nadia and Nayeli Hernandez with Little Dreamers Publishing. And they have exciting news to share about children's books, but I'll let them tell you all about that. So we're just going to go down the line. I'm going to have them share a little bit about who they are, and then we're going to dive into some conversation with them. So we'll start here with Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Lisa Ayla Rocha. That's the reason my middle name is the reason why I have Ilaments. I am born and raised here, 4th generation, 5th generation Chicana entrepreneur from Pico Union in South Central. So thank you, Pico Union, for being here. I see you. But I've had Ilaments since 1997, so this will be my 23rd year here in business. And I am part of also the Goddess Mercado Boutique. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So my name is Erika Marquez. I am from Compton, California. I'm the CEO of La Diosa Boutique. I sell huaraches, artesanías, and a few other things from Mexico specifically. This is my first year anniversary being part of being a CEO, and I've been coming to the Goddess Mercado. This is now going to be my home, just where I showcase my product and where I will have clients come in and try on the huaraches. I do sell online, so that's more of where my sales come from. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Hi everyone, my name is Veronica Fuentes. I'm the owner of Forever Paz Custom Printing. I own a screen printing shop for the past 10 years. I love what I do. I am born in East LA, I was born in East LA, and I'm from South Central. I would say self-made in South Central. I registered my business in 2016, and now I'm doing it definitely full-time. I love it. So anything that I can do, help you guys, small business owners, launch a business with anything that you want, I'm your girl. You can find me. I also have a website, fpcustomtee.com. So anything you guys need, I have everything there. Thank you, and thank you everyone for being here and pretty much supporting all your local vendors. We all chingonas and chingones, and we're all here and we're representing each one of you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nadia Hernandez, Nadia Marino Hernandez. I'm here with my sister, and I'll let her introduce herself. But we're here with the Little Dreamers Publishing. We're a first generation Mexican immigrants. We barely, I think we had our 30-year anniversary just in April, so 30 years being here in the country. And so we are 3 sisters trying to start a business and making sure that we address the educational needs for our children.
Hello, my name is Nayeli Merino Chavez, and I'm with my sister with Little Dreamers Publishing, and we're just here to provide all of our bilingual services to our community, to provide resources to our families, to continue motivating families to continue learning Spanish and English at the same time, and to educate our community how important it is to have for the children to be raised bilingual. So we have books, workbooks. We also have our YouTube channel where we provide a lot of resources to our community. So I'm so happy to be here and very excited to meet all of you guys.
Well, thank you so much. As you can see, amazing líderes in our comunidad, these women. And I've had the privilege and honor of getting to know each and every one of them a little bit more through our platform, interviewing them. And we wanted to showcase their story for all to see publicly, more than we've done already. And so, being as it is Mother's Day theme, Mother's Day month, every day should be Mother's Day, right? Día de las Mamás, estamos celebrando a todas las mamás que están aquí, las que van por hacer mamás por primera vez, the ones that are aspiring to be mothers one day. For the first 100 mamas that are coming in, we do have a rose at the entrance, so make sure you get your flower. We want to appreciate you, and all of you, make sure you get your flower. But as these ladies know, I like to dig a little deep and kind of peel the onion, como dicen, scratch the surface a little bit more, because what we see in business a lot of the times is what you see, which is the product, the service, and all of that I feel is a labor of love from your creative gifts and talents that you have to showcase and give to our community a little piece of you. But there's that piece of you inside that we don't always get to see, that we don't always get to know. And we all have that as part of our journey, right? So we like to celebrate the journey. So my first kind of question for all of you to answer, to share with us today is, what does motherhood mean to you as a business owner? How has it impacted or influenced your business journey? And again, you all know whatever calls to you to say today. I know some of you might tell me later, I didn't get to say, I wanted to say this and that, and it's okay. Whatever comes to your heart, your mind right now, what does motherhood mean to you in this business journey? I know it's a big question. I'm going to give you just 1-2 seconds to think about it. I'll take a volunteer actually. Who feels they're ready to share them? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, good. So motherhood is such a beautiful experience, I think, for any woman, whether they're mothers or they're, caregivers or they're, adoption, whatever is the case. I think motherhood is so important, and it really shapes us. It has made me stronger. I think definitely my daughters have showed me that resiliency and that motivation to continue. And especially I want to create something that I have them in mind. I want to create products that I know if it benefits them, the goal is to benefit all the children and see them reflected in the books that we see. I think that was one of the biggest things in us creating the books, is that our children are able to see themselves in the stories, and that they're able to grow up with this motivation that they can be anything they want. So definitely motherhood has really provided me with that motivation, that strength. I know we go through the challenges of business owners, and it's tough. It's a tough road, but I think just having them hug you at the end of the day, saying, just saying I love you, I think those are powerful for women, and that really is my motivation. So definitely motherhood has shaped me to be a more stronger person.
Thank you so much. Beautiful, yes.
I'm the mother of 2 daughters. I have 2 teenagers, 19-year-old and 16-year-old. I started my jewelry business because I saw an opportunity working for another jewelry designer, and I saw that she was a mom. And I felt like we're their first teachers, so I wanted to teach them to be resilient, to create foundations for their families, to let them know that to be brave, but to most importantly be an example that they can really be anything that they want to be. I will say though, I forgot one little tiny note when I saw the business owner I used to work for. She had a full-time nanny. So the challenge was, I can do this, and then I realized, oh crap, I need 2 of me. So when you are thinking about that, think about the planning too, but it is possible, so I wanted to be that reflection for them.
I would say it's never perfect. It's a huge challenge. It really, really is. From, dinner and everything, and, you learn what your priorities are. Like being in business and being a full-time mom and a full-time business owner has shown me that if you're able to get through that challenge, you're able to get through anything. And I never really paid attention how much your kids really pay attention to what you're doing. Into my oldest daughter, Destiny, she's 23. I'm a mom of 4, and my youngest is 6, or going to be 6 actually. She's always had inspired me to do more, because her words are everything. She always tells me, Mom, you inspire me. Like, Mom, sorry, I'm getting emotional. But it's beautiful because at the end of the day, like, you want to show the world what you can do, and you see the possibility of, like, wow, you could be a business owner, you could be a mom, you can do all this. But it's more important when your kids really pay attention. And my son tells me, I want to make sure it's like you, Mom. Or, my daughter's like, Mom, you're inspiring me, I want to do this. Now she's going for marketing. So she wants to help me in that part of the business, doing the marketing part, the financial situation. So now we're becoming a team. So I would say being a mom is not easy, but I always say it's crazy beautiful, and we're shining for them. And that's what we do best, is show them that it's possible to be more than, what you think you can't be. It's very powerful that you can be more than that. So that's me.
Thank you. So I'll go next. I am a mom to a 4-year-old baby boy. I did have him young, at a young age, at 21 years old. Not too young, but young enough. But for me, being a business owner, it just made me come to the realization of how important our village is. Me being a young mother, working my 8 to 5, being a wife, being a mother, and most importantly, being here for myself. I would not have been able to do this without my village. I feel like grandma, grandpa, dad, everyone was there to just stand up and pick up the slack that I was slacking on when it was happening. So just for me, it was a realization of how important my village really was, because without them, I'd probably be here, but it would just be harder for me. So that really did help me a lot.
Yes, well, I think I agree with all the ladies. Motherhood is very important. Motherhood changes your life completely, where you see the world in different eyes. You want to be protective of your little one, and you want to do your best every day to model the best of you for your child. So I think for me, as a mom, I want to model my best. And now as a founder of our company, it makes me want to keep going, to leave something behind, to leave a legacy for our little ones, to see that women are able to accomplish a lot of things in this world, besides being a mother, cleaning the house, cooking dinner, doing everything in the house. We also have our own individual personality, and we have goals and we have dreams like anybody else. But yes, I just want to do my best for my little one to be proud of me as well. And through our company, we want to also share our stories and our experience as a diverse family that we are. We just love them very much, and we want to keep going and build this company for them.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thank you. And some of you kind of touched on, I hear the word challenge a lot. I was just having a side conversation with Lisa earlier about what people want to know about. And the word challenge is a very loaded word, because challenge means different things to different people. But sometimes there's shame with that word, right? Depending on what our life has been. There's trauma sometimes in our life or our background, and just sometimes every day little challenges that sometimes just set us up, or where we get makes us have not a good day or whatever it might be. But so kind of going on that topic, what is a challenge that you feel comfortable sharing with the group? Obviously we want to make sure it's something you feel good about sharing, but a challenge that you've had, that you've come across in your business journey, that you have overcome. In your words, overcome, right? Not by anybody else's definition, but your own. And what does that look like for you? Like, what steps did you take to overcome that challenge, or overcoming? Because sometimes challenges don't go away. They kind of, slow down, they take a pause, and they come right back up. So what has been a challenge you want to share with the group?
For us, as a first generation Mexican immigrant, one of the things that we never thought that we would become business owners. I think that was never something that crossed our minds. And so entering into this business world and trying to build up your business, there's nobody guiding you. And I think that was our biggest challenge. And usually my twin, she's the other third person of this company, but Nadia would say that it was challenging because we really had to research and learn how to build an LLC. I needed to learn how to create books, how to become publishers. And so it's been a struggle in terms of not having that foundational knowledge of, okay, this is what you do, step 1, step 2, step 3. We didn't really have that, so we're learning as we're going. And that's why I think I'm so thankful for organizations or businesses like Bella Entrepreneurs, because they're that wisdom for us. They're really helping us and guiding us and giving us these opportunities that I think are really important, especially as Latina women, where we just already, as a woman and being a Latina, there's already challenges in that. But adding business owners, I think that's more added challenges. But I think that resiliency, again, with us learning, researching, learning on our own, doing a lot of webinars, learning. We've been doing that a lot, and just going out there. I think one of the things, we work with an illustrator in Oaxaca. She's also a woman. She's a mother, and so we find resiliency in that. And one of the things is the one thing that stops you is fear. And so she said, if you just grab fear by the hand and let's go together and let's go on this journey, it'll help us become stronger, because we know already that there's challenges, but if we just have that fear in us and help us grow, I think it'll be more powerful for us. But yeah, definitely a lot of challenges, but a lot of learning. And just if you don't know something, just find mentors, find organizations that will guide you, and so that's really sort of been our approach to that.
Wonderful.
Mine, I would say my biggest challenge was being a female screen printer. In the beginning, female screen, I've been doing this for 10 years. At first it was a hobby. I had to learn the steps little by little. Like I mentioned to Rosie, I used to cry before because I was like, did I get myself into the right business? But I knew it was gonna be a big challenge, because if they could do it, I could do it. Where do I start? How do I get better? Who can I learn from? And YouTube was actually everything. Like I learned everything from YouTube. It was like, wow, like how do you code a screen, or how do you do this? And it's also like my first orders, like I always say, my biggest fans is my sister, my mom, my husband, my kids. They're the ones that were like, when I wanted to give up, it's a big difference when the people that love you tell you, no, you can do it. Like just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you'll get there. My sister was my first person that purchased the first shirts, and unfortunately it was raining and the ink started coming off, and I was crying, but she's like, it's okay, don't worry about it, just get it better next time. So that has been my biggest challenge, is to get stronger with my business. And now I'm proud of myself that it's been a few years now, and now I have worked for bigger companies. Right now I'm working with UPS. My brother-in-law trusted me enough to say, hey, do this for us. So that's been amazing for people to say, I've done Costco shirts, UPS shirts, AT&T, etc., schools. And that has shown me that all the challenges that I went through and all the tears that I had, it's been very powerful now, because I'm like, wow, you did this. You did this. So that's my biggest challenge. Thank you.
And I guess to add to the challenges, my sister Nadia has presented also the challenges of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, where there's moments where we're like, oh, we're doing this right. We have moments where we get, oh my goodness, that we're going in the right direction. But I'm glad that the three of us are together to motivate each other. I know sometimes where we get feedback from some customers, some of them have been great, they've been cheering us, and some are like, oh, this and that. But that's part of being a business. You have to hear the customers, and we talk among each other and see how we can improve our books, and always add the best quality books that we can do for our community. So I'm very glad we're together cheering, and I know our family is there behind us. I know one time I was talking to my dad, because I was transitioning from one job to another, so it was kind of like a challenging time, but at the same time trying to work on this company. She was just motivating us, you can do it. When I started my own landscape services, it was hard too. There was moments where I would just go to the park and just park because I didn't have work, but I didn't want to go to the house and show you that I wasn't working. So him opening up and telling me the stories of how he started his business, like, okay, I was like, gracias, papa, thank you for telling me this and opening up, and we'll keep going and trying the very best. And that he's a great example that he kept going, and now he has a big landscape services where he works even Saturday and Sunday. We're like, oh, papa, don't work too much. But he enjoys it. He likes his work, and he's a great example for us to keep going. And whenever the three of us have a moment, my mom's always there cheering us, and she gets excited every time we have a new book, and she's like, oh, cómprame mi libro, es para mí, yo lo quiero ver. So she's there cheering us along the way as we produce new books.
So over the 23 years that I've been in business, I've had a lot of challenges. Actually, my middle name is Hopi. It's Isla, and it means one who takes on challenges. So I was set up for this from the beginning. I used to have a store. I'm from South Central, so I had an opportunity in 2000. I'm going to tell a story as an example. I got an opportunity to actually have a store from where I'm from, which is West Adams, South Central. So I was so excited to represent my community and my family. And I got a store in the Mercado La Paloma, and I went into business with my best friend's mom. Didn't last more than a year. The relationship was not strong. So I would encourage anyone who decides to go in a partnership, understand you're going into a marriage, even though without the wedding, okay? And at the time, I looked at it as a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sadness, because I was losing people that I loved. But at the same time, I thought, how am I going to transition out of this? And what I learned was when those things happen, opportunities show up to get you through the challenges. So if you're going through anything and you think, oh my God, today's the worst day, I lost all my money, whatever it is, the lease is closing, my partner's leaving, you name it, just know that don't give up, because within 24 hours an opportunity will show up that you weren't even thinking about seeing. I really truly believe that the Creator has a plan. And for my plan, it was that business closed, and it would, thank God, because I wasn't gonna be confined to a store. And after that, I was able to showcase my jewelry at trade shows in California, Las Vegas, New York, San Francisco, internationally. So it allowed me to expand my jewelry business. So I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful that it didn't work out. So when a challenge happens like that in any transition, look for the opportunities and just know one is coming. And yeah, that's how I got through.
Yay. Thank you. So I was just sitting here like reflecting, making a list of all of the challenges that I had to overcome this past year alone, because I've been a business owner for a little over a year. And it's like accumulating. And I'm just thinking about just how I was able to really overcome each and every one, where every challenge that came, I think to myself, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to overcome this? Like, there's no way there's a solution for this. And then guess what? Like, I figure out the solution, and then here we go on to the next challenge. And it kept going and happening and happening. So I had to learn how to get used to getting challenged. Because without those challenges, my business would not have grown. And that actually transferred into my personal life, where now I was looking to challenge myself in my own personal life and forcing myself to grow. So as I was growing, my business was growing, and as my business was growing, I was growing. So it was just like bouncing back and forth. So one of the first challenges that I remember is just even getting started with my business. I knew I wanted something different. I knew I wanted something special, something meaningful, something very intentional. And I went on YouTube trying to see what is it that I wanted, but nothing really spoke out to me. So when I went to Mexico, everything was just calling me. And one of my main things was the huaraches. So now that was a big challenge. How am I going to get the huaraches over to the US? Where am I going to store them? Like, how am I going to organize everything? So I was looking on YouTube. No one was there. There was no videos explaining, like, this is what you do with huaraches, right? This is like, this is who you go to get your huaraches. So that was my challenge, because I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have YouTube University to guide me, right? So I had to figure this out. Yeah, oh yeah, it's free. But it did teach me a lot, you know. But just that first challenge of even figuring that out, of getting my huaraches, was like huge for me. And once I overcame that one, it was like I can overcome absolutely anything. So yeah, that's one of the first challenges that I had to overcome, and it's beautiful. I feel like without challenges, life is just boring. Like we stay the same. So my mentality and the way I view a challenge is completely different.
Thank you. That is exactly it. It's the mindset. It's the word challenge doesn't have to be a negative word. A lot of it comes with sometimes what we mentioned before, the negativity or the trauma or those, but it doesn't mean that has to be the end of the challenge. The results can be something very positive, very beautiful that emerges from that. So definitely how we view it matters. So kind of looking at it that way, and I love that you all kind of shared that, right? That's been, you almost welcome the challenges to some extent. Not the two big ones. We don't want them too much, but some of them are okay. But let's flip that around a little bit, and you know, I'm a very emotional person, so I didn't even bring any tissue. But the question kind of leading into that is, what are you the most proud of? And it could be something that sounds maybe like it's something small, but we know it's not, because every step in your journey has been something huge that has turned around your business or helped you grow, or something just beautiful that you appreciate. Oh, the balloons are even clapping for you all. Bravo! So what are you the most proud of in this journey that you have had as a mom, as a business owner over the last few years, or however long you've had your business? So who wants to start with that deep question?
I'd say what I'm proud of is that no matter what, how many times I doubted myself, that I'm still here, that I'm still pushing. And now that I, got to get more involved, with awesome females like you ladies, has been very amazing. The Goddess Mercado is one of my favorite pop-up events I ever attended. Like, literally, it's been amazing. Like, the vibes, like, as soon as I park my car, I mean, you need help, come on, go help her, go get this. You guys are like a family here, and I love it. I completely, Diana, you're amazing. Thank you for having us. Thank you for sharing everything that you do with us, Rocio. I'm proud of literally to be part of this journey, like, right now. That's what I'm proud of, because the rest, we just gotta, every day it's a new day for us. Every day it's something to be proud, and los levantamos, and just keep on going. Just keep on doing what we're doing every day, and eventually it'll get there, Like, I'm just very proud that I'm still here. My shop is still going, and I'm blooming right now. Like, this past couple of weeks has been so crazy, and that's why I haven't posted much on social media, because when you're really busy, it's like you sometimes don't have the time, it gets crazy. But I'm proud to be here with these awesome ladies, the vendors, everyone becomes a team. We all have the same thing in common. We all have our business, and it's just amazing that we're doing something out of the box. That's what I'm proud of.
Yeah. One of the proudest moments for me was when I published my first children's book, and I had my daughters be part of it. So the two main characters are my daughters. And the proudest moment for me was when my daughter, my 6-year-old, was reading it. I think that was so beautiful, because it's my work that she was reading, and it was, with her own words, and that she saw herself in the book. I think this is the first time that she sees someone in a book that looks like her, a brown, beautiful girl. So I think that was the most proud moment for me, and that again motivates me to keep going. And especially, one of my motivations, I have two daughters, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, is to again encourage them not to limit themselves. I think I want them to grow and see themselves, as whatever they want to be, whether it's astronauts, whether it's business owners, whether it's just anything that they dream of, just continue fostering that motivation for them. And when she saw the first book, and then she started making her own book. So I think that was beautiful to see that, because, and again, I think, seeing us, with the business and the struggles that we go through, but seeing also the upsides, I think that's beautiful for me to see that she was making her own book. And again, it's a legacy that we want to continue with our children, and just teach them the importance of bilingual education. So yeah, that was the proudest moment for me, at least.
Amazing.
So for me, I mean, I have a long list of all the things that I'm proud of. If I told you how many times I was sitting down on my floor, just crying, ready to throw in the towel, ready to get rid of my business, like we'd be here all day. But so that, I think that's one of the most proudest things that, for myself, just not giving up, like always. Allowing myself to feel whatever I was feeling, allowing myself to go through what I was going through, and then, but making sure that I was making a plan to come back even stronger. So, figuring out the solution to my problem. That's one of the proudest things that I've learned, along with so many other things, but that's the main one.
Everybody spoke. Oh.
My proudest moment would be, I guess, as a team, opening a business, registering the company. That would be one of the main accomplishments that we did together as a team. But one of my accomplishments would be also to publishing my own book. I think I worked very hard with this book. We went from, simple sentences to a very, I think it's a great story that is going to educate the children. My background is art education, so it's an accomplishment to see this book where I can connect my experience as an art teacher as well as an early childhood education educator. So I'm happy to see it come together. I'm happy to see it in the homes of our communities, seeing how the parents read the book with their little ones and how they're inspired to become an artist or to become creative, to use their imagination. Because I think art is very important in us as a community. Art is connected to every development skills that help the little ones develop as a little individual. Because it starts with our clothes, with the makeup that we wear, what kind of car color do we want, and also with science, like problem solving. Art is connected to science, how we mix colors, how we make all these materials. So I'm very proud of having this book out and encouraging families to let their little ones explore with our materials to become artists.
So I have a lot of proud moments over the years. I was trying to go through the list. I'll start with the most recent. My jewelry has always been really unique only because I have worked for the best of the best, I feel, in the jewelry industry. And I've seen, you name it, fine jewelry to pearls, and I've learned it all, and I've seen it all, yet I didn't see my reflection. I didn't see a Latina inspired line in the late 90s, and that's what made Ilaments what it is today. So my secret sauce is my uniqueness, being a Chicana, 4th, 5th generation. So I grew up in South Central. I love hoops, I love color, I love, Frida Kahlo, of course, all the iconic imagery that comes with our culture and style. So the most proudest moment, I would say the first one was landing, being in Style magazine. My De Los Muertos earrings got featured. This was like in 2011. Another proud moment was landing my jewelry in Fred Siegel, which was a dream to be in that store in Santa Monica. Another proud moment was landing my jewelry in the Smithsonian for the Museum of American Indians, being Native American. That was probably one of the top. And I would say most recently it would be having my LA Dodger hoops featured at the Dodger Stadium on opening day, on Lupita Fuentes singing the national anthem. was floored because I really wanted all of LA to see Ilaments, and all of LA did see Ilaments. So be careful what you ask for, because it will happen. And I would also say one of the most proudest moments, again, most recently, is being a part of this beautiful collective here and creating the Goddess Mercado. I was asked to name the whole group, and I thought we have so many beautiful Latinas to inspire, encourage, support, and also amplify. So I wanted us to really pull on that feminine power and energy that we all have. So I'm really proud to be a part of the Goddess Mercado and have you all here and the Goddess Mercado Boutique. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. So beautiful. I think, it's not always, we don't always get to talk about those proud moments, right? So I don't know if how that felt inside when you were sharing, right? Yeah.
Crazy, but then when you get stories from your friends calling you and saying, I was at this bar and the bartender, I was wearing your earrings, and the bartender's like, hey, I saw those at the Dodger game, but yours are gold and the girl was wearing blue ones. So when bartenders, who knows who, is talking about you, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yes, I think it's owning that and being proud of being proud, right? We're not always taught to do that in our culture as Latinas. Is we do what we got to do because that's what we have to do and it's right, and we got to power up and be strong. But let's practice. Let's continue to practice and encourage each other. And I encourage all of you to share your proud moments, to be proud of who you are, to say, I did this and I'm proud of that. And who do I give credit to? I give credit to myself. Yes, we give credit to our community. We need that. We love our community. But let's not, in the process, discredit ourselves and our own power that we have. So I am so proud of all of you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm going to turn kind of the last question a little bit. I'll put two questions in one because I know we're looking at our agenda and our timeline too. But the question was going to be kind of, what are your final words of wisdom that you want to offer the audience, those listening through the YouTube that we're going to post on soon, any aspiring Latinas that are thinking about doing their business. But I want us to kind of put a twist on that, and I want us to think about, how do we care for ourselves in that process? Like, what can we share when it comes to validating who we are and giving ourselves the time we deserve, and sometimes taking that pause when we need to? So if there's any words of wisdom you can share that are along the lines of self-appreciation or self-love, we would love to hear that, or whatever speaks to your heart, whatever calls out to you. So we'll end with that.
One of the things that I try to practice with my two daughters is affirmations. So we always repeat, I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm kind, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, my brown skin is beautiful. And so I think I practice that a lot with them, but I think we need to practice that with ourselves to motivate ourselves, because we're gonna face all the challenges that we face. But I think if we're kind to ourselves, that yes, let's turn the negatives into a positive, let's turn them into opportunities and just keep going. I think one of the biggest things for me is keep dreaming. Like, we're immigrants, we were born in Mexico City. Like, we never thought in a million years that we would be here. We would try to build a business. And so just keep dreaming. You never know what life will throw at you, or open opportunities for you. If one door opens again, maybe two or three might open, but just keep going. Just be, and it's hard to say keep going, but just find that motivation within yourself to build your dream. Build your dream life. It's the one dream, one life that you have. So make it the best that you can for yourself and for your family, but just keep going.
Okay, I'll go. Can you rephrase the question again?
So what are your words of wisdom? What are the words of wisdom you have for Latinas that are thinking about starting a business or just started a business? If you can link it somehow to self-worth and self-appreciation, that would be great for those to hear. But whatever calls to you, it doesn't have to be that.
So I guess that I'll tie that into my business, into Ilaments. I started, like I said, because I didn't see any Latinas in the jewelry industry at trade shows, in stores. I know that we are the majority, but I didn't see we were being reflected or marketed to. Now, 20 years later, that is a whole different situation. Chingona is a, national t-shirt for, what I mean, for most brands, right? But all that to say, to be your true, authentic self every day. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't stay true to who I was, what was important to me, what was important, how I wanted to be seen. I have so many times, to show up, and I know that I'm Mexican. I know I'm a Chicana. I know I'm Native, and so I am constantly reflecting that. And when I see any type of racism or non-inclusive, or for lack of a better word, competition, or you feel like you're the imposter syndrome, don't believe any of that. I really encourage you to step into your own power and know that you are magnificent beyond your imagination, and there is nothing you can't accomplish, definitely with hard work, a plan, but also showing up. I always tell all the women here, I don't show up however you can, because you never know what that's going to bring for you and your business. And put yourself first, but be authentic, be true to you.
Yeah.
Beautiful words. So for me, something that I had to learn, it was to not be afraid to ask for help, not be afraid to reach out for help, not be afraid to accept the help. That has helped me grow so much in my business and in my personal life. I remember the first few times that I came to pop-ups and I was setting up alone. Thank you. I was setting up alone, and I was trying to set up the tent on my own, and people were coming by and they're like, let me help you, and I was like, no, it's okay, I got it. And they're watching me struggle, and I'm over here trying to pull it apart, and I couldn't, right? But just because I didn't know how to say, yeah, I do need help, but it's something so small, but something as simple as reaching out to another business owner, like, hey, how do you do this? Can you help me? How do you take product pictures? How do you do this? That has helped me grow my business and in my personal life so much. So anyone, interested in starting their business, I will always, encourage that because it's helped me really figure out, like she said, to find out who I am. Because my business is a reflection of me. You see my business, it's full of flowers, it's full of everything that I would wear, everything that, just calls me and my attention. So I had to figure out who I was in order to bring it into my business. And that's when we both started growing little by little. So because, sometimes people would tell me like, oh, you should bring this into your business. And I listen to them and I bring it. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with it. So once I started listening to myself, and it was like, do I want this product in my business? Is it a reflection of me? And the answer is yes, then I would bring the product into my business. So that was a lot of wisdom. that was like 10 in 1. That was 10 in 1. So don't be afraid to ask for help and start that business.
I guess for me, I would say don't give up. Keep going. As an educator, I try to teach my little ones, don't give up, keep going. They keep on saying, but Miss Nayeli, I can't do it, it's too hard. And I tell them, just keep going. How can you know you can't do it if we haven't tried? We first want to try, and if you need help, then you ask for help, like she mentioned. But my word of this year will be don't give up, keep going. And I love how my sister Nadia keeps talking about positive affirmations. We always want to keep those positive affirmations. Write those positive affirmations in the restroom or on a sticky notes. I can do this today. Today will be a great day. Today I will accomplish something new. So that's what our motto in our company will be. Positive affirmations. Always keep going. Don't give up.
Same advice. Don't give up, even when times are hard and you say you just want to just say, you know what, I'm done with this. It's a headache, but you know what? It's just amazing that besides all the headaches and everything, just keep doing what you're doing. Your business has a purpose, and you started your business for a reason. Just have to sit down, enjoy, I don't know, movie or something, and just relax and say, okay, I'm gonna bounce back harder than I did yesterday. What are the mistakes that I made, and what can I do to make it better? So all that has shown me that when I do make mistakes, it also makes me stronger, and I even do it better than yesterday. So don't give up. Love yourself. Love your business. Like I said, I have challenges too, and having the right people around you. Surround yourself with people that love you. Like I learned to focus on people that love me and stay away from the people that don't. Because, you know, sometimes all that negative energy can also doubt who we are. You know, like you stop doubting yourself in so many levels and you're like, why? You know, like this is my business. This is who I am. Like I'm learning more to post more in social media. Like put a little song that goes with the flow what I'm doing because I'm proud of what I created. Is it a hoodie? Is it a t-shirt? Is it whatever it is? I think me being a female screen printer, I love it. I love it because we're hardly out there. We're like a very small percentage of like female screen printers, and especially Latina. Like I love that I say I was born in East LA, but I'm self-made in South Central LA. Like it gives me like a little, I don't know, a little boogie to it, you know? Yes, I love it. I love my community. I love where I'm from. I love to help, you know, people, like if it's a homeless person, a blanket, or I want to start doing something. We're creating more long sleeves and t-shirts and start giving it to the homeless people when they're cold with my Forever Paz, you know, that's screaming my business name, but just in general, just something that represents who I am, because there's a lot of things that I still want to do and I'm not done with this business. So all of us are out here, you know, being a vendor, you're doing your thing. Be proud of yourself and don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's a blessing that we wake up and get the chance to keep doing it over and over again. So yes.
Well, thank you so much. That actually concludes the balloons are still clapping over here. That concludes our panel discussion with these amazing, incredible mujeres. Thank you so much, Lisa, Erika, Veronica, Nadia and Nayeli. Thank you so much for sharing your story, for being vulnerable and being on this stage and sharing your message. We all appreciate you. All of you, don't give up. I love that message. Thank you so much for listening. Let's give them a really, really super, super loud round of applause. Hasta los speakers quisieron también aplaudir. Cue the fireworks. Did we not pay you for that? Sorry, we forgot. Next time. Thank you so much. We're gonna set up a little bit. I think we have the fashion show, Más Amor Boutique.